now we're going to talk about creating the tasks or the blocks. This is probably one of the more fun parts for me, but it's also a little bit difficult depending on what the lock's going to be like. So there are a ton of different types of locks you can do. You can do a letter lock or a word. You can do number locks, date locks, which is wonderful for like social studies, history, science, anywhere where you're talking about a date. A direction lock. This can be like a hidden picture. So if you guys already have like some of those hidden picture ones on Google Sheets where they enter in an answer and then stuff pops up, you can use those for directions. You can use it for a word lock, like if an Among Us character comes up, you can use it. Symbol locks are also available. So if you want them to do greater than, less than, something like that, it's also wonderful to use. So each of the specific skills should have a specific task that you put together with your content, and then you can create a lock. So for instance, the simple interest questions, I created some extra answer choices, and I made everything multiple choice. And I decided I'm going to make this be a letter lock, so I just put extra letters. So I came up with my word. My word was spit. And I came up with extra letters, and I tried not to use anything more than once so that there wasn't anything obvious. So once they actually do the work, they would see that, yes, it's going to be S-P-I-T. And I also want to make sure that I give directions anytime I'm doing any of these locks. You don't want the students to be confused as to which lock it's for, because that makes the entire task really challenging for them, and you want them to focus more on the content and not so much on getting stuck on where to go. So this one's the 4-letter lock, and what you end up doing is you open up a Google form. I actually already made it just for time's sake, but you open up a Google form and you do a new question, and you tell them what the lock is. So this is the 4-letter lock, and in order for them to get this correct, they're going to put it in all caps. For the answer type, you want to do short answer for everything, and then you want it to be required, so you're going to select required, and then to get this to show up, you click these little 3 dots here, and response validation. And for this one, I wanted text. I can actually change everything to regular expression if I want. Just make it match, and it'll do the same thing. So spit is what it is. There's also this custom error text, and I usually put not quite. Oops, not quite. And for this, the first thing that comes to mind is Titanic, and I'll probably put like a little video in there where it shows like Jack spitting off the edge of the ship, just as kind of a help, if not a decoy at the same time. So it's just for fun. For the, I believe it was compound interest, yeah, 7. For compound interest, I had all of the problems set up for them, and then their answers go here. I told them this is going to be a number lock. I actually am going to put a 7 number lock, that way they know. They know they have to round, and their hint is to add it up. So they have to get all of their answers and then add them up, and it's going to create a 7-digit number. I also want to tell them no decimals. So that's just how I want it. And I did the exact same thing. So short answer, make sure it's required, and then you click response validation. This is a number. I want it to equal this. And again, I gave them a hint. For the 6-number lock, that was class kick. There we go. Finally loaded in. So what I did is I took a card sort, and I just put it into class kick, and I made the different cards manipulatives. So they sort everything into the different real number categories. And then on the next page, it tells them it's the 6-number lock. I'm not hiding anything from them. They need to know. And they have to count up how many are in each. To make this a little bit easier of a task, because it's a lot of organizing, I am going to let them see if they got it right or wrong, and they'll be able to see the numbers in order. And same thing. I came down, I said 6-number lock. Short answer, make it required, response validation, and then I set it up. The only other thing you need to make sure you do is go to your settings. And for me, I do make sure that to collect emails. I turn it into a quiz, but I don't actually do any of this. And then for the presentation at the end, you'll want to say, like, if they actually submitted it, hey, you escaped, or hey, you got off the island, whatever your setup was, your story, and make sure that you show them that they did it.